I literally just came back from sun tanning. I feel so good. I was in the sun all today. Then I went to the Finiston to get some oysters. And it's like a joy. The other thing I do now is I get my estate dairy that's like UK dairy. It's so local. It's stick plain yogurt, and I just put that in a bowl with dried raspberries from Waitrose, 100% dark chocolate from Hotel Chocolat, which is literally, it's dark chocolate that's meant for a hot chocolate, but I just like put it in my yogurt and it's 100% dark. So some people say it tastes like wood. Yeah, my niece Tara was like, look, dark chocolate's better, taste it. And Tara, when she was like a child, Tara would be like, it tastes like bark. And I was like, yeah, it does. Sorry, but it's better. Like, it's got more of a vibe. It's more of a flavor. To me, I can't eat like sweet chocolate. I can't use sugar anyway. Okay, so then I put coconut sugar that's like not that sweet into the yogurt and mix it about. It's just my thing. It's what I do now. I eat it after everything. And the sunny days are back again. I have been in a vibe where someone said to me that they didn't know any of my, I don't know if they didn't know any of my work, but they hadn't like seen all the shit I've done. And I was just like, oh my God. And then they were like, let's watch it. And I was like, usually I don't watch the stuff back that I've done. Like I haven't watched like Good Dick. I haven't watched that for like 20 years probably. The last time I saw Good Dick was like in the cinema. Maybe it was in Poland. It was in Poland like 2009. And then, I haven't seen Always Worthy since it came out in the cinema. I haven't seen, oh my God, all these cunts are phoning me. I haven't seen all this other shit. Like all my films, do you know what I mean? So after Always Worthy, I'm the Same. I did, God, I'm the Same is so like, it's such a like fuck you film. All my films are fuck you, but they're also romantic. Crazy combo, but also they're fuck you romantic. I also felt like after Always Worthy, there was like a space where I was kind of like, what am I gonna do? And I directed these ladies like kind of intersectionally like anti-racist film. And I think what happened is then I did Restive as an actress. I did Ned's as an actress. And I did all this other stuff, like I had Lion's Mouth Opens. And I can't remember when I did Girls, but it was like around that time. And that's when I also did Scottish Muscle. Lion's Mouth Opens went to Sundance, and then, which Lucy Walker directed, and then we got like shortlisted for an Oscar. So all these things I was like trying to watch again, and then did Egg in New York with Christina Hendricks, Anna Camp, Alicia Rayner. And I was just excited to like work with all women on that. And Zelmira Games, she's like my favorite. I loved working with her as a DP. Oh God, we had such a good time. We did an all movie shot. We did like a 3-page dialogue scene with a movie, because the movie just came out and they'd said that they had the capacity to hold like a 30-minute scene in the disc of the movie. And I was like, well, if we can do that, let's just fucking capture it. And the actresses were up for it. Like Alicia and Christina were up for it. So I was like, let's just fucking do it. So that's something that I love. Like I love a one take, and it's just epic. So the other thing is, while I was in New York for that, I remember going, Missoni gave me so many clothes for the fashion show. Like it was fashion week, or it was like the fashion year. What is it called? Like New York fashion time or whatever. And that's always in September, like around my birthday. So I went to the Missoni, like there's like a Missoni warehouse in New York. And I would cry about it because it's so beautiful. Like the stuff I got from there, I should have never given it back, but I gave it all back because I'm like a good human. But I was like, I should have just fucking kept it all. And then because of all those facts, I felt like I was really ingratiated with Jennifer Missoni. She's like my best friend, but her whole family, like her dad and shit, even though he doesn't speak English, he's like clocked me and been like, she's a good person or whatever, you know. And I just love the Missoni vibe so much. I love that it's a mum, like it was a granny, it was a Bapcha that started the whole thing. And I love that feeling that it's matriarchal, and it's just so fucking beautiful when you wear Missoni. So I put Missoni in my films ever since then. And then after Egg, we had... It's like so many fucking films. After Egg, we did... Well, I did Glow, girls' TV show for HBO with Lena Dunham, where I was in season 5, episode 5, and I played Jessa's sister. And I wore my Scottish kilt that my granny got me when I was 13 from M&S. Which I actually wore in First Kiss as well. I didn't realise how much stuff I wore that kilt in. Because I feel like I just went to America and wore that kilt and tried to like put it in everything. I was also like obsessed with the idea of, like, while I was in LA, I was living in Malibu, I was living in Point Doom, I was living in... My friend Tom had me like look after his mansion house, which was on the water in Point Doom. It was beautiful, and every day like the surfers would come, and you'd think they would come out at like early in the morning, but they didn't. They came out at like, oh god, they came out at like 3 p.m. when it was like the whole ocean would be like pink rose gold, and it would be like this shiny pink rose gold color, and it's just like the reason why you live there, because it's so beautiful. And that's what the surfers would want to surf in. Then after that, they'd be so hungry, so they'd come to mine, and I'd just like make them these feasts. I'd have like roast chicken, potatoes. I'd have like salmon, like cooked salmon that's got garlic sauce and soy sauce and like all this deep shit. Like I would cook rice, jasmine rice with like soy oil, like, well, it's like a dark oil, sesame oil. Yeah, I would cook it all in that. It was so good. Then I'd put olive oil on everything. And they were just like, oh my god, who's this lady? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm a filmmaker, but I'm actually like a really good cook or whatever. And we just like sit in the light of beauty that is the ocean. And I remember being like, this is the kind of place where you should retire, like where you're dead. Do you know what I mean? But I was like, but I'm gonna move to Silver Lake because I want to go where like the kids are and like be around somewhere I can walk to get a coffee and like, you know, walk to L&E Oyster Bar from my house, which is true. And I wanted to kind of like be places where like the dreams are happening. And that's kind of why I moved to Silver Lake, even though nobody would ever leave Malibu or Point Doom like with their head straightened or with their head screwed on. I just felt like I needed a fire under my ass, like artistically, and I didn't want to just like get comfortable. Which, I don't know, I also did the zombie movie that was so fucking scary where I got like smashed by squibs. I had done Neds before this, but like I'd never played a cop, so this is me playing a cop in a zombie film, and I got smashed. If you want to watch it, I get like killed with squibs, and it was fucking fun. And the stunt guys were like, that you did well, and I was like, dude, I could do that all day, like I love it. And then the other thing is, I had this feeling where I was like talking to Sylvia Sether. We did King of Norway. Like she was in Venice and I was in Malibu and Silver Lake. And then I also felt like I could walk to Matcha Bar. I could do all this stuff in Silver Lake. And I could just be an East Sider, you know. And like if you went to La Mille, you could just go to La Mille and sit there and meet like 25 people you knew. And feel this kind of like everybody's doing their dream thing, like everyone's doing like 25 films at once. I mean, we met so many people. I met so many people who were doing so much stuff. And then the other thing is I was local for all my people. I could like go around and see everybody, and I felt like really like the princess of Silver Lake. And then had this thing where I would go to New York because, you know, like HBO would have Lion's Mouth coming out or whatever, or like Egg went to Tribeca, so I would go do that, you know, and then Glow was happening, so I did like every season of Glow for like 7 years, devoting my life to that show. All the wrestling, we did all our own stunts. We got Emmys, we got Golden Globes, we got SAG Awards, and I have all the awards. I have the award that Sean Connery gave me for not Bitch, for Good Dick. And then, yeah, when I shot Bitch, we got into Sundance like 3 weeks after we finished shooting, which is insane. That is crazy. And like, I remember the day that happened, I was like in a roller rink with like Shauna Duggins. I was just like roller skating in this roller rink in LA for what the scene was in Glow, and I got a phone call from Charlie Ref on my mobile and on my cell phone, and Charlie was like, Mariana, you're in Sundance. And I was just like, oh my God. And then I knew we had to finish. Like, I remember just like doing the sound design with Josh Waller like into the middle of the night, and just like sitting there and being like, like it's so deep, you know, like finishing the film is so deep. And then going to the festival felt like such a feminist fuck you. It was this like fire spitting feminine farce, or feminist farce even, that's kind of acid spitting in every second. And all my shit's like dark comedy, but it's also got heart, you know, and it kind of makes you a better person if you watch my work. So it's no small thing. And every time I did a film, I can remember going to America Martin, who's like this artist, and she's like this big painter, and we shot in her, Jamie King's character played my sister Beth in Bitch. So Jamie King's character has this big art gallery, and we shot in like America Martin's studio. So I remember like when I saw Bitch the other day, because like someone told me I should watch it. And it was so fucking surreal for me to watch my stuff. Like, the reason I don't watch it is because I just want to make more things. I don't want to be like sitting watching my stuff. Like, I can watch other people's things all the time. I'm happy to watch films over and over again. But like, if it's my film, it's not like I just sit at home and like watch my whole fucking resume or something. Like, so I don't watch Glow right now every second. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we have to make more things and then do maybe something else with Glow. But like, I just felt this feeling of like how surreal it is to just stop and take account of what has come before and how far I've come. That was the thing that was mental. Like, I was like, oh, the reason I didn't stop psychologically is like I just wanted to keep making things. I didn't want to look back, because if you just stop and look back and just watch all the stuff, then you're just sort of like sitting there watching it instead of making the next one. But because this person hadn't seen anything I've ever done, it was such like a beginner's mind thing. Like, I have zero ego about my work, actually. Like, I'm not like I'm the best in the world. I just think what we're doing is like helping others, changing the world, like low key in a community. It's nice to like be on set. Like with Collection, it was just like all healing thing that we brought to Alabama, shot there for so long. And it was like Romeo and Juliet, but it was this intersectional feminist film that was like anti-patriarchy, and we female gazed a strip club. Like, Mina Singh and I just like female gazed that whole fucking film. I've always put everyone in a kilt in my films. Like, yeah, we did Love Danielle, which is like, oh my God, I can't believe that I did that, but I put Michael Rourke in a kilt because I was like, just wear a kilt and have a Scottish flag t-shirt. That's all I want. And then also, it was funny because like, if you look at all the stuff I've done, it's weird how much shit I talk about. In everything, in Good Dick, there's a bit about Scotland and Poland. Like, everything I've ever done, there's all these like shout outs to Scotland and Poland. Even in Glow, they're like, Jackie's like, your trainers look like they're from Poland. And it's like Poland right now, which is communist. You're like and it's so fucked, and those trainers are shit, you know. And like, now Poland's got a better economy than anybody else, but it was really wild to just see these bits that are like me homaging my whole fucking life and like all my ancestors, and women everywhere, mums everywhere, dads everywhere. So it was wild to actually watch shit like that. It feels like a little it didn't feel self-indulgent, but it was like surreal. It's like being on another planet or like being upside down or something. I'm not gonna lie, it felt like a little odd. And the only thing I want to do now is just make more shit. I'm not gonna lie. But also like this idea that if I had done one of those things, like if I just did one of those films instead of like 19 of them or whatever, Happy TV show that I directed in New York, that was so good. Season 2 of Happy, Chris Maloney was so good, but if I had only done one of those things or like one project, I would have been happy. Oh my god, I would have been so fucking happy, you know. But it was because it was like I'm seeing like 38 things I've done as an actress or a writer or director. I've done so much, and therefore like I can't stop, won't stop, but it feels unique to sit and watch it. I don't know why. Like it feels like picking a scab or something. Like it was like, ew. Because I watch all my films like when I make them. Like I'm in them and I like in Collection, I was in that. I act in everything that I do. That I directed, right? Like I'm happy to do all those jobs, and I like watching myself as much as I like watching other actors. I don't care. It's not really about that. But some actors cannot watch themselves. Which is funny, but I'm also kind of just in a different vibe right now, and it was insanity. I'm not gonna lie, it was like fucking insane. It was so crazy. Oh my god, it was mental.